Welcome back. You are listening to the Mara Makonda Show on Salam Media, and it is time for our Feel Good Mzansi Stories. Today, I'll be chatting to Carmen Simons, who is a women's rights advocate as well as the founder of the Homeless Sanitary Drive. Um, Carmen, good day. How are you? Hi, Carmen. Can you hear me? Carmen? Okay, I'm not sure if Carmen can hear me. Carmen, if you can hear me, hi. All right, so we're gonna try and sort out that problem. Um, so what Carmen does is that she has started a sanitary drive, a sanitary pads for homeless women, and she is based in Cape Town. We're going to find out more information about what she does and how did this idea come about. If you have any questions for Carmen, you may leave them in the comment section below, or you can send them to our WhatsApp. The number is 0617660355. Carmen, hello. Hello, Carmen. Okay, I think that we've lost Carmen right now. Okay, Carmen is not back yet. Um,
I'm
oh,
here.
wait, she
Yeah.
is. All right. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, good afternoon, Miriam. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, on yourself.
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me, and hi to all your listeners.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. All right. So, when did this campaign start, the Homeless Sanitary Drive?
Okay, so in about 2015, I read on the Women's 24 online article about the homeless women and where do they get their sanitary pads from. And it was so sad to hear that they actually use any piece of cloth that they can find when it's that time of the month, a piece of uh, blankets, whatever they can use. And that broke my heart. And I
Mhm.
thought to myself, I know what I go through as a woman. I need to do something. And a friend of mine joined, Roxanne, but unfortunately, she said after a while she can't. It's a but too emotionally draining. And I
Mhm.
thought to myself, despite the fact that it's emotionally draining, I need to do something. And ever since May 2015, I've been asking on my social media for people just to donate anything that you as a woman especially need during the month, that time of the month when you have your period. So I got my donations of sanitary pads and soap and things like that, and I would hand it out whenever I get to pass a homeless woman, or I was part of Ladles of Love for some time. So
Mhm.
yes, that is how I got involved with all of this.
Mhm. So since starting in 2015, how has it been received from by the homeless people as well as those who were donating? Carmen, can you hear me? I think there must be a huge delay, but let us try. Carmen, can you hear me? No. All right. Carmen cannot hear me. Um, Not sure what is the problem, if the problem is on my side or on Carmen's side or on technical side. I'm not sure, but Yeah, today Monday has decided to show us that it can really be blue. This is the first Monday in the month of August 2020, and we've come a long way since the lockdown. As we've been here, we've been doing this since March. Wow. I've even lost count of what lockdown day it is right now, but we just know that it's lockdown level 3. And now the networks have decided to show us flames. The networks have decided to show us who's boss. But Carmen is back. Carmen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, so thank you. All right, so before I lost you there, I wanted to know how has the sanitary drive been received from your donators, your donors, as well as the recipients?
Okay, so when I started out, it was just on social media, asking my family and friends. And then I realized, but I can use social media and ask my family and friends to extend it to their family and friends on their Facebook pages and their Instagram. And that is
Mhm,
just how it will happen. And it's amazing how the ordinary lady reached out to me and would leave me a message and say, I've got 2 packs of pads for you. Where can I drop it or can you collect it? And that is, the public has been amazing. There was even a time where Hypermarket Ottery reached out to me, and
mhm,
they would give me so many of these donation things for me to donate, and it was very nice because then I could actually make up an actual bag that
mhm,
included your soap, your toothpaste, a wash rag, a toothbrush, um, soap, and your pad. And the outreach from the public was amazing. So I would choose certain times of the year where I would do it in bulk, which would be June for Youth Month, and then Women's Month for August, which is coming up now. Um, those are my two biggest, I would say, my biggest donation days. But every 28 days, I used to be in partnership with Layles of Love, and I
mhm,
would hand out with their soup kitchen. So that would be on a regular basis, a monthly basis. But because of lockdown and people are skeptic to meet you and things like that, so the donations hasn't been coming in as fast and furious as I would loved it to come in. So I'm totally dependent on either private donations or any chain store that would donate towards my cause.
And do you collect both regular sanitary pads as well as the reusable ones, or do you have specifics?
So I've been in contact with someone that would love to give me reusable ones. Someone has tried to reach out to me about a year ago regarding that, and then I was only focused on the homeless. And then I thought to myself, if she can't even get a sanitary towel somewhere, where's
Mhm,
she going to get clean water? How's she going to wash that? Where's she going to hang that? So I actually, at the time, I declined the offer. Now, in hindsight, I'm actually sorry I did, because now I have schoolgirls as well
mhm,
that I give, and I easily could have given them that. But 2 years ago, a year ago, I didn't think that I would extend to reaching out to the schoolgirls as well, because that came under my attention as well. Um, so yes, it is just the ordinary sanitary pad that I do give out to the homeless ladies only. And like I said, I'm in contact now with someone that would like to give me the reusable ones, and those are the ones that I would love to give to the schoolgirl. So I
mhm.
just hope that this pans out for me.
And it is quite controversial. I know, like you've mentioned, that if you're giving it to homeless people and you think to yourself, okay, but then where are they going to wash it? They don't even have soap. Water is an issue to acquire. So having to use reusable pads, it's not going to work out in their favor. So let's give them
It's
something
not
that they
going
can
to work.
just
Hmm.
use and throw, and hopefully, God willing, they will be able to acquire another packet when the time for that comes. Um, So
comes
how
again.
yes, how often do the homeless women actually receive pads? I mean, you are just one organization, but are there any more that targets mainly on the homeless women?
I know there is. I think it's Girls with Wings or Wings or something. I've spoken to her when I just started out, helping her to get just to give her information what I was doing. And she in Cape Town, we've got the northern province, northern suburbs, and your southern. I'm in northern, so I try to give northern and town, which is CBD, and then she is in our southern suburb side. And looking at her Instagrams and Facebook posts, I can see that she's also doing well. And that is only the two that I know of. And I honestly, to me, I feel doesn't matter which province you're in. I feel as a woman, you should be driving around with a few packs in your car and just give it to someone that you see along the road that you know is homeless. And they are so appreciative of that because, um, there's a dream that I have. My mom is a nurse. There's a dream that I have that we will have a van where my mom could do the normal sugar test, blood pressure test, and I'll be there to give out your sanitary pad and a heat and a cram tablet. Because
Mm-hmm.
they don't get that. Talking to these women, it is heart-sore and heartbreaking um, that they get no assistance from anyone, and I just wish I could cover all of them. And it's I don't want to cry, but it's not fair on them as women. I mean, condoms is free in the damn clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Condoms is free in the bathrooms. Why can't there be sanitary pads for a woman? Because she didn't ask to have it. It's natural. It's part of who we are as a woman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And yet here we are having to purchase sanitary pads. Even in the ones in the bathroom, you still have to pay for them, which is so sad. Um, Now, how has the lockdown impacted on the way that you're doing things? You mentioned that donations are more difficult to get with the lockdown, but now what
Yeah.
about the deliveries, having to give out the pads? It has been difficult because of the homeless people having been placed in
Mm,
shelters for the lockdown, etc.
yeah. So the last batch of sanitary towels that I did have, when they opened up um, the section in Strandfontein for the homeless, I just went to drop the boxes there because I wasn't allowed to go in.
Hmm.
Whether they got it or not, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, and there's lots of corruption around there. And you can only hope that they did actually get the pads and it was not put aside and later sold to somebody else. Yeah, the country that we're living in.
Oh, for sure.
But
Very
anyways,
sad. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, yes, thank you. It's just like so sad that government also don't, stand up for these people. They didn't ask for that situation, but they're there. So what can we do for them? And as a layperson, this is the least that I can do for the next woman on the street.
definitely. So, how does it feel to be one of the Ackerman's faces of change?
That was a shock in itself. I mean, little me, just me. And that was super amazing. And when
Hmm.
I got to the studio, or when the driver picked me up, I was first on the line to be picked up.
Hmm.
And when we picked up the first one and we started having a conversation, and picking up the third one and having a conversation, and by the fifth, we were just so enthralled in each other. And I I just stood with my mouth open. What this four ladies as doing in their communities, mine felt so meager to compare to what they're doing. I mean, Maimuna, oh my gosh, She is super awesome. Mama Mavis, Linda, um, and Margot. Oh my gosh, the amazing women. It was awesome. And the response of people on social media, yes, some were very nasty.
Mm,
And I actually kind of had a go at them because it was women. Because I was reading this comments and I thought to myself, woman, and that was very sad. They
mm,
were asking donations for what? They were asking, why should we? And my plain and simple response to them was, you don't have to do it to anyone. Start in your own home. If you don't, if or approach one of us and ask us, may we join you for a day before
mm,
you have comments on social media, because social media is so poisoning lately. You can say anything negative on social media, and a lot of people will just believe you. And
mm,
I try to get that stigma away that we're not using donations for our own. We're not using donations to fill our own pockets because um, our hearts is not in corruption. Our hearts is not in it for ourselves. Our heart is in it for our communities, because we walk in our communities, we drive through our communities, even if we don't see immediate needs in where we live in our surrounding areas. But when we go beyond our community and we see a need, we react to that need. So why is it that another woman can react so negatively to it? And that was the only downside of it. But other than that, it was one. I'm still smiling. It was amazing, and it is still amazing. Yeah, to see your face on social media and people reaching out to you and congratulating you and asking you in which way they can help.
mhm.
That just plays down any person that had anything negative to say about us. So yeah,
Yeah, no, negative people will always be there, but it depends on if you let their negativity get to you or do you continue doing what you
for
were meant
sure.
to. I mean, this is your calling, this is your purpose. You were meant to serve your
Yeah,
community. And there will be those one or two odd people who will be like, okay, but why must I help? You help if you want to help. If you
of
don't want to
course.
help, then
That's
that's
correct.
okay. Also, it's not about you. It's
Mm-hmm.
about them. It's about the person who really needs the help. And there you are, you along with the other four ladies who are doing wonderful things for your communities, and people who are actually
Thank
seeing
you.
what you're doing are the ones who are actually donating and contributing towards the projects and the successes of
Yeah.
it. So continue doing the good work and uplifting the communities. Um, any advice that you'd like to share with our viewers and listeners?
Oh, advice. I always tell the young girls, you never stand still and wait for something to come your way. You move along and you go and get it. It's the same
Mhm,
with me. I have a 14-year-old in Rustenburg that wants to do this with me. And
mhm,
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to do anything and everything to assist her in her community. So you know what? Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your race. You go out and you go and get what you need to do, and all we need is that little bit of love. Go and show it to anyone. And somebody out there would appreciate it. Even if 100 looks at you all, no, there's 101 that is going to smile and appreciate it. And you don't know what the difference you have made in that one person's life.
definitely. And obviously, when they say a silent prayer, asking God to continue uplifting you, to uplift them, that's all that matters.
Yeah, matters. Oh, for sure. Miriam, thank you for
And thank
having
you so
me.
much as well. Thank you so much, and I wish you well in your future endeavors. Have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you, my darling. Have a good one. Bye.
That was Carmen Simons, who is the founder of the Homeless Sanitary Drive, taking us through of the Sanitary Drive and what goes on the processes, and as well as her being part of the Ackerman's Women's Faces of Change campaign. Ackerman's Faces of Change campaign. Maybe you've seen her on the television. Maybe you've seen her on social media and be like, hey, I know her. Yes, so that is Carmen Simons. You can be part of the project. Go to Facebook, Homeless Sanitary Drive, and all the information will be there. And if you have any questions, you may leave them in the comment section. If you have any comments, comment section. For now, do stay with us. We will be right back.